Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Today we are going to study the 7th standard science 4th chapter nutrition in living organisms. Introduction. In this lesson we will learn about what is nutrition, need for nutrition, types of nutrition, autotrophic nutrition, heterotrophic nutrition, symbiotic nutrition, similarly nutrition in animals, type of nutrition in animals, saprozoic and parasitic nutrition. Explanation. Nutrition. Some life processes can go continuously in living organisms. Substances which are digested and assimilated for obtaining the energy and for growth and health of our body are called the foodstuffs. We get several types of nutrients from the foodstuffs. Nutrients can be classified into two types, namely macronutrients. They are required in large quantity. Example, carbohydrates and protein fats. While the micronutrients are requiring in a very less quantity. Example, minerals and vitamins. Nutrition. The process of taking in and using food which takes place in living organism is called nutrition. Need for nutrition. To supply the energy required for doing work, growth and development of body, to replace the damaged cells and repair tissues, to fight diseases. Types of nutrition. Autotrophic nutrition. Some organisms can produce their own food and thus nourish themselves. This is called autotrophic nutrition. Heterotrophic nutrition. Some organisms depend on one another for the food, like plants and animals, for their food. This is called the heterotrophic nutrition. Autotrophic nutrition. How do the plants produce their own food? With the help of sunlight and chlorophyll, plants make their food in the air, using water and nutrients from the soil and carbon dioxide from the air. This process is called as photosynthesis. Carbon dioxide plus water and sunlight forms the glucose plus oxygen. Plants convert light energy into the chemical energy and store it in the form of food. Water, minerals and salts are absorbed by the roots from the soil. The stem transport them up to the leaves. The leaves have microscopic openings through which they take in the carbon dioxide from the air. The openings are called as stomata. The chloroplast present in the leaves contains chlorophyll, which absorbs sunlight, helping to convert carbon dioxide and water into food. Oxygen is given out in this process. Besides leaf, photosynthesis takes place in some other parts too, like green stem too, as the contain chlorophyll. Transport system in plants. The transport system of plants consists of the xylem and phloem. The xylem transports minerals and waters from the root to all aerial parts of the plant. Phloem transports the food, glucose, etc. from the leaves to the other parts of the plants, where it is either consumed or stored. Through the plants have a transport system, they do not have a separate digestive or excretory system. Plant produce Carbohydrates by the process of photosynthesis. Carbohydrates are made up of carbon, hydrogen and oxygen. Proteins are made from carbon, hydrogen, oxygen and nitrogen. How do plants obtain nitrogen necessary for the synthesis of protein? Air contains gaseous nitrogen. However, plants cannot utilize gaseous nitrogen. It needs to be fixed in, that is converted into compounds. Fixation of nitrogen occurs by the biological and atmospheric method. Biological fixation of nitrogen, also called as nitrogen fixation. Two different types of microorganisms can bring about biological nitrogen fixation. Root nodules of leguminous plants contain rhizobium microorganisms. These microorganisms absorb atmospheric nitrogen and convert it into its nitrate, a compound. Microorganisms like Azotobacter are present in soil. They also convert atmospheric nitrogen into nitrates. Atmospheric fixation of nitrogen. Lightning occurs in the rainy season. This causes atmospheric nitrogen and oxygen to react with each other to form nitric oxide, which is again oxidized to form nitrogen dioxide. The nitrogen dioxide dissolves in rainwater and is converted into its nitric rainwater. The plant uses this nitrogen for their growth. Symbiotic nutrition. Two or more than two different types of plants to fulfill their needs of nutrition, protection, support, etc. With each other help, this type of nutrition is called symbiotic nutrition. Some fungi grow around the roots of some other plants. These plants supply nutrient to the fungi and in turn fungi supplies minerals and water to the plants. Some fungi and algae live together. Fungi provides water, mineral as well as shelter to the algae. In return, the algae provide food to the fungi. Lichen is an example of a symbiosis between algae and fungi. Heterotrophic plants. The plants that grow on the other of the plant to obtain the food are called parasitic plants. Heterotrophic plants do not contain chlorophyll. Due to lack of the chlorophyll, they are completely dependent upon the host plant. Example, Loranthus and Cuscuta. Insectivorous plants. Some plants feed upon insects to obtain nutrients. These insectivorous plants generally grow in soil or water deficient in nitrogen compounds. The plants of Drosera burmannii grows close to its leaves are attractive pink and red in color. Droplet of sticky substances found at its tip of the hair attract insects. Saprophytic plant. Plants which obtain the food from the dead and decaying bodies of the other organisms are called saprophytic plant. Various types of fungi like mushrooms and yeast are the saprophytes. Fungi secretes digestive enzyme on the dead remains to digest. The carbon compounds they contain and are absorbed as nutrients. Food gets spoiled due to some fungi. Some fungi causes disease or illness, while some fungi have medicinal properties. Yeast and some mushrooms are useful. Yeast is used in fermentation process and for making bread. Mushrooms are a rich source of iron and vitamins. Role of nutrient and effect of their deficiency on plants. Nutrient. Nitrogen. Important component of protein, chlorophyll and cytoplasm. Retarded stunt growth, yellowing of leaves. Phosphorus. Conversion of light energy into chemical energy. Early leaf fall, late flowering, slow growth of fruits. Potassium. Necessary for metabolic activities. Weak stem, wilting of leaves, failure to produce carbohydrates. Magnesium. Production of chlorophyll. Slow retarded growth, yellowing of leaves. Iron. Production of chlorophyll. Yellowing of leaves. Manganese. Production of plant hormones. Retarded growth, spotted leaves. Zinc. Production of the hormones and their intermediates. Retarded growth, yellowing of leaves. Nutrition in animals. This concept refers to the body need for nutrient made of ingesting food and its uses in the body. The food that we consume does not mix with blood as it is. It needs to convert into soluble forms that can easily mix in the blood. Nutrition in animal involves various steps such as ingestion, digestion, absorption, assimilation and egestion. There are different methods of ingestion of food in different organisms like swallowing, chewing, sucking, scraping, gnawing, etc. Types of nutrition in animals. Holozoic nutrition. How do some ingestion occur in unicellular animals like amoeba? Amoeba does not have any organ like hand or a mouth. It is unicellular organism. It can take food through only one part of the surface of its cell, that is pseudopodia. It surrounds the food particle from all sides, digests with the help of enzymes. Undigested food is left behind as the amoeba moves further. Like amoeba, euglena and paramecium are also unicellular organisms. Insects have mouth parts for ingestion of food. For example, insects like cockroach and grasshopper have jaw-like mouth part. Butterfly sucks food with a tube-like proboscis. Mosquitoes and bedbugs use a needle-like mouth part to suck blood or other fluids. According to the types of food, animals can be classified as herbivorous. The plant organism, those who completely feed on the plants are herbivorous. For example, granivorous, that is seed eaters, fungivorous, fruit eaters, carnivorous, animals that completely dependent upon the other organisms or flesh of the meat, they are the carnivorous. They do not eat the plants. Animals that feed on the insects are insectivorous. Omnivorous, the animals that obtain their food from both of the plant and the animals are called as the omnivorous. For example, monkey, chimpanzees and human beings too. Some of the animals around us perform the function of cleaning and conserving the environment by the very act of feeding themselves. They are called scavengers or decomposers. Scavengers, they obtain their food from the dead bodies of the animals. For example, vulture, crow, hyena. They are some microbes which lives on the other body organisms. They are called as decomposers. Types of nutrition in animals. Saprozoic nutrition. Some insects, unicellular animals, etc. obtain their food by absorbing the liquid organic material from the dead bodies of the other animals or from the environment. This is called the saprozoic nutrition. For example, housefly, ants, spider, etc. Parasitic nutrition. Some animals live on the other animals and obtain their food only from those animals. They are dependent completely on the other, hence they are called as parasitic animals or parasitic nutrition. Some animals live on the body surface of the other animals and obtain their food by sucking their blood. This is called ectoparasitic nutrition. For example, louse, bedbug, tick, etc. Some animals live inside the body of the other animals and obtain their food. This is called endoparasitic nutrition. Summary. Life processes go on continuously by digesting and assimilating substances for obtaining energy. The nutrients which are required in large quantity are called macronutrients and which are required in a very less quantity are called the micronutrients. There are two methods of nutrition. There are autotrophic nutrition and a heterotrophic nutrition. Autotrophic nutrition which helps of the chlorophyll with the help of chlorophyll and sunlight using carbon dioxide and water produces food. This process is known as photosynthesis. मतलब यहाँ पे क्या बता रहा है कि दो तरह के न्यूट्रिशन होते हैं, एक जो है ऑटोट्रॉफिक है, दूसरा हेटरोट्रॉफिक है। ऑटोट्रॉफिक न्यूट्रिशन जो होता है वो प्लांट्स का होता है। प्लांट अपने आप से क्लोरोफिल होता है उनके पास, तो सनलाइट, वाटर और कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड यूज करके अपना फूड जो है खुद प्रोड्यूस करते हैं और इसको हम फोटोसिंथेसिस कहते हैं। Plants require nitrogen for the production of protein. It needs fixation of nitrogen. Fixation of nitrogen occurs by biological and atmospheric method. मतलब क्या बता रहा है यहाँ पर कि प्लांट्स को नाइट्रोजन की भी ज़रूरत पड़ती है, लेकिन प्लांट्स जो है फ्री नाइट्रोजन को यूज़ नहीं कर सकते, इसीलिए पहले नाइट्रोजन का फिक्सेशन होता है। नाइट्रोजन फिक्सेशन मतलब नाइट्रोजन को कन्वर्ट किया जाता है उसके कंपाउंड स्टेट्स में, और ये दो तरीके से होता है। नंबर एक है बायोलॉजिकल मैथड और दूसरा है एटमॉस्फेरिक मैथड। Two or more than two plants live together to fulfill their needs of nutrition with each other's help. This is called a symbiotic nutrition. Symbiotic मतलब एक दूसरे की मदद से, एक दूसरे की पार्टनरशिप से काम करना। यहाँ पर क्या बताया गया है कि दो प्लांट्स या दो एनिमल्स या दो ऑर्गेनिजम्स एक दूसरे की मदद करते हुए, एक दूसरे के हेल्प करते हुए, एक दूसरे को खाना पहुँचाते हैं, यानी फूड लेने में मदद करते हैं, न्यूट्रिशन में मदद करते हैं। तो इस तरह के न्यूट्रिशन को हम सिम्बायोटिक न्यूट्रिशन कहते हैं। The plants which depend on the other organism for the food are called as parasitic plants. They are other types of plants such as insectivorous plants and saprophytic plants. All animals are heterotrophic in nature. मतलब क्या बताया है यहाँ पर कि प्लांट्स जो है कुछ जो है अदर एनिमल्स पर या अदर लोगों पर डिपेंड होते हैं, जैसे कि ड्रॉसेरा है, सनजीव है, हम लोगों ने पिछले लेसन्स में भी पढ़ चुके हैं। तो ये प्लांट्स जो है क्या करते हैं, इनको जो है खुद अपना फूड नहीं बनाते हैं, खुद अपना फूड प्रोड्यूस नहीं करते हैं, बल्कि ये दूसरे ऑर्गेनिजम्स पे डिपेंड होते हैं। तो इसीलिए इनका जो न्यूट्रिशन टाइप होता है ये पैरासिटिक होता है एंड दे आर कॉल्ड एज द पैरासिटिक प्लांट्स। कुछ जो है इंसेक्टिवोरस होते हैं यानी कीड़े मकोड़े खा लेते हैं, और कुछ जो है सैप्रोफाइटिक होते हैं। सैप्रोफाइटिक जैसे कि कस्क्यूटा, तो वो दूसरे पे डिपेंड करके जो है, या फिर गले सड़े यानी मशरूम्स वगैरह जो है दूसरों पे डिपेंड करके अपनी न्यूट्रिशन को हासिल करते हैं, तो उन्हें हम सैप्रोफाइटिक एनिमल्स कहते हैं। एनिमल्स आर हेटेरोट्रॉफिक, सारे के सारे एनिमल्स जो है वो हेटेरोट्रॉफिक होते हैं, उनके पास क्लोरोफिल नहीं होता है, इसीलिए वो अपना फूड सनलाइट से फोटोसिंथेसिस से नहीं बनाते हैं, इसीलिए उन्हें हम क्या कहते हैं, हेटेरोट्रॉफिक कहते हैं। According to the types of the food, animals are classified as herbivorous, carnivorous, omnivorous, scavenger and decomposers. Herbivorous animals भी होते हैं, carnivorous होते हैं, omnivorous होते हैं, scavenger और decomposers भी होते हैं। Herbivorous वो animals हैं जो completely सिर्फ और सिर्फ plants को ही खाते हैं। Carnivorous वो होते हैं जो गोश्त वगैरह खाते हैं, जैसे कि लायन, टाइगर है। ओमनीवोरस वो एनिमल्स है जो गोश्त वगैरह खाने के अलावा, मीट फ्लैश खाने के अलावा भी प्लांट्स को भी अपनी डाइट में यूज़ करते हैं, अपने न्यूट्रिशन में यूज़ करते हैं, तो उन्हें ओमनीवोरस कहते हैं। फॉर एग्जाम्पल मैन। स्कैवेंजर, स्कैवेंजर मतलब सड़े गले और मरे हुए डेड बॉडीज को खाने वाले जानवरों को स्कैवेंजर्स कहते हैं, जैसे कि पिग्स एंड इवन वल्चर and crows are also included in the scavenger. Decomposers are the all microorganism which decomposes the dead bodies into the simpler structure, and then these simpler structures are again getting mixed into the soil. तो decomposers की वजह से ही जो है सारे nutrients जो है soil को वापस मिलते हैं। There are two types of parasitic nutrition also. There are ectoparasitic nutrition and endoparasitic nutrition. दो टाइप के न्यूट्रिशंस और होते हैं जो पैरासिटिक है और एक एंडो और एक्टोपैरासिटिक है। पैरासिटिक न्यूट्रिशन यानी किसी और के ऊपर डिपेंडेंट होते हुए अपना फूड हासिल करना, उसे पैरासिटिक कहते हैं। Ectoparasitic nutrition are those type of the nutrition in which the parasite will live on the body of the organism outside the body, यानी वो organism की बॉडी पर रहेगा और इस तरह से जो है वो अपना न्यूट्रिशन लेगा। जैसे बेड बग है, लाउस है, या जो मच्छर और मक्खी है वो भी जो है किस में आते हैं, एक्टोपैरासाइट्स में आते हैं। जबकि एंडोपैरासाइट जो होते हैं वो कौन से होते हैं, जो बॉडी के अंदर रहते हुए अपना न्यूट्रिशन लेते हैं। जैसे बच्चों के पेट में कीड़े हो जाते हैं, वो भी जो है एंडोपैरासिटिक न्यूट्रिशन में आते हैं। According to the type of food, animals are classified as